This video has been made so I can try to unite some of humanity, okay? Because these new age terminology behind me are used to divide and conquer you or us, okay? So if you know people or creators or influencers that are using these terms to constantly divide people, you might want to try to find new people to follow, because I will never use any of these terminologies, because I believe we are all brothers and sisters of Earth. And keep this in mind, the most important fact of all is the last one, okay? This is absolutely critical that you at least stick around for that last one. If you must fast forward if you must, but you need to see the last one, okay? Starting with boomers, millennials, Gen X, Gen Z, the people that constantly group people into these groups because what, their age, the time that they were born, they somehow put us into different groups. No, we're all human. We are not in these separate groups. You are not a boomer, millennial, Gen X. No, you are not any of those things, okay? Those things do not exist. That is to divide and conquer you. We are all brothers and sisters. One family, one home, okay? Super simple. Same with Gen Alpha. And the next ones stress me out so much when I see people posting about this, because they post about it and they're so proud to be divided into this little pigeonhole. And they're like, I'm neurodivergent. Oh, what the? Or I'm neurotypical. No, you're a fucking human. You are a human being with a human brain. You are the same as everyone else. I don't care what doctor or school or person or influencer told you that you're neurodivergent or neurotypical. You are not. You are a normal human being with a normal human being brain, and we are all different and unique. It does not mean we need to be separated into different groups. Your brain does not function differently. I'm sorry. You just think differently, okay? Now the next ones, I know, and this is not meant to discriminate anyone. I don't care what you do. I don't care where you put your pee-pee or your flower. It does not make any difference to me, okay? But using these terms have been designed to their new age terminology to divide and conquer us, okay? Starting with non-binary. There's boys and girls, okay? Cisgender. No, there's boys and girls. Again, I'm not trying to discriminate anyone, but I'm just trying to shed light on the fact that they are trying to divide and conquer us, okay? It does not matter what you like to do in your private time with your private parts, okay? You don't need to group yourself into different groups. You are not different than anyone else. There are boys and there are girls, and they like different things and they think different ways, and they like to put their pee-pees in certain places and their flowers in certain, and it does not mean that you deserve to be grouped into some tiny little group and known as some kind of 70 different genders. I know that's going to offend people because you want to be in these little groups, you want to be separate, but I'm doing this to unite humanity as a whole, not to divide anyone. I don't want any people arguing in the comments. I just want you to see these words as divide and conquer measures to stop us from feeling like we are all brothers and sisters, okay? Again, I don't care what you do in your private time. We are still brothers and sisters, okay? We are, okay? Just like the middle class, just like the working class, and just like Republicans and Democrats and all the other ones that we're going to go into in just a minute. You are not middle class. You are not working class. You are not Republican. You are not Democrat. There is no difference between any of these, all of these. None of these are any different. We are all humans, and we are all brothers and sisters. One family, one home. Stop using these terminologies to try to insult people, to try to degrade people, pigeonhole people, and separate people. This should be criminal, really, trying to separate everyone, because how are we ever supposed to agree on anything, to change anything, and work together as a human species if we're constantly divided into so many, like, what do you call these, buzzwords? Like, there is no difference, okay? There's no difference. Same as blue collar, white collar, okay? Guys, there's no difference. Because the most important thing is at the bottom right here. And some of you guys can see that right now. We're going to cover that in just a second. So just stay with me, because woke and anti-woke, guys, since when is being awake a bad word, right? Same as liberal. I don't even think I'd put that on the list, but you guys use liberal like a bad word. Do you even look up the definition of that? Again, stop dividing and conquering, okay? You are helping them, because these are put out by the powers to be. They want you to be arguing and pigeonholing everyone. We are one humanity. We are one earth. We are one family, guys, okay? There is no blue collar, there is no white collar, there is no Democrat, Republican, working class, middle class, cisgender, binary, neurotypical, neurodivergent, Gen X, that doesn't exist. None of this shit exists, okay? One family. I know. Here we go. We're going down. Yeah, there it is. Liberal, conservative. There's no difference, guys. We're still just humans, okay? Okay? Because the most important division right here, the reason why they want us all divided into these different groups is so we don't talk about this right here. And I'm going there right now, okay? There is no labor. There is no reform. They're just trying to make you fight. There is no Green Party. All these have been designed so that you do not know this number one fact right here, that we are all human, brothers and sisters, and there is only one real divide, the rich versus the poor. How many rich are there versus how many poor? This is so critical, okay? 15 people in the world have over $100 billion or more, okay? 15 people. 15 people. They want you to be doing this so you don't divide and conquer the 15 people. There are 3,000 billionaires. And even with that 3,000 number, there are 8 billion people. So how many rich people versus how many poor people? Let's put this into a mathematical equation so you guys can see the truth of why they divide you with all these pigeonholes, with all these buzzwords, with all these division tactics. Why do they do this? Because out of 8 billion people, that would make the poor, that would make these rich people, the 3,000 billionaires, you know how they call them the 1%? They are not the 1%. They are the 0.00004%. So it is 0.000004% versus us, which is 99.999999. Okay? That is why they want you guys arguing over this. That's why they want you all fighting each other, so that you don't turn around and look at the obvious fact that there are literally that many rich people that control our planet. And everyone else just fights over the scraps. And we all use these and others. If I've missed any, please let me know in the comments. What other division tactics and words and pigeonholes are they using to divide us so that we never, ever get together as one family, as brothers and sisters on one earth, one home, and say, why are 3,000 billionaires controlling everything? Why are they taking everything? Have you seen the graph? Let me pull that up for you guys. Okay, this graph was actually a lot harder to find than I thought it would be. Are you surprised? I literally had to search for 20 minutes to find this bitch. Anyways, guess where you guys exist? Guess where the bottom 50%, which is pretty much everyone on this planet, guess where you guys exist? This flat line right here. That's right. We have the crumbs on the table. We have nothing. And guess what they have? Everything. So while we're going through the worst times of our lives, they have the best times of their lives, only climbing. Trillions and trillions and trillions they own, the top 1%. But again, remember we talked about that number? It is much less than top 1%. We have nothing, they have everything. Why do you think they want us divided?